Welcome back, everybody. Been playing around with my warrior lately. Had a lot of fun with the witch. She's incredibly squishy, very squishy. Really fun though. Demon form is a blast, but oh my god, does she die a lot. So I decided to try something totally not in my normal playstyle. I'm normally ranged or caster. Or even in Path of Exile 1, I rarely played. I don't know if I ever took warrior to maps at all, like ever, in Path of Exile 1. It just never, I was always enjoying the ranged. So this time, I went with the warrior, and I went through the Titan Ascension. Really enjoying it. It's got some massive hammer. I took the giant's blood, obviously, so I can wield the two-handed weapon and hold the shield. I originally tried to go for dual wielding the two-handed maces, but apparently there's an issue with the calculation for that 30% reduction. I was noticing like way less damage with two maces versus just one, and then I hopped on the forums and saw other people were reporting the same. So I gave up on that and just went with the two-hand and the shield, which is totally fine because you're still doing a ton of damage and getting some decent defenses. This build is fun, man. This is I'm pretty much just using Leap Slam to play around with some of the bosses or finish things off. This fun thing, Hammer of the Gods, is you can see I laugh every time I use it. It's pretty fun, really fun build. Let me show you what I got here. The first thing I did, like right off the bat, I beelined straight over to get Giant's Blood. Like, I got that as soon as I could get it. Probably not the best decision I made, but it was fun. It let me figure this out while I was early in the axe, figuring out how warrior even works, since it's so new to me, really. After picking up Giant's Blood, I jumped over to here and picked up, of course, the life regen, which was important, right? Life regen and some armor. Always got to have that life regen, man. I think I came over here next. No, I got these later, but I know I came over for more of that life regen. You know, me and my life regen. We picked this thing up, right? The 20% increase while moving. Since I'm always moving, that's a no-brainer for me, right? Always get that one. Then I picked these guys up. You'll notice these right now are showing 15 instead of 10. That's because the second part of the Ascension I took gives you the 50% increase of small passives, which is pretty cool. It doesn't include the attribute passives, unfortunately. When I took it, I'm like, oh, cool, that's going to give me so much strength. But apparently it doesn't, so that kind of sucked. But it did affect things like these, anything that's not a larger stone and not an attribute, right? They kind of explained it in there, and I guess I could have read the tooltip when I picked it up, but right. So it says small passives are passives that are not notables, keystones, ascendancy, or passive skills where you select an attribute. So I missed it. Maybe other people missed it. One thing to note: this is such a waste of a skill point. If I didn't have to take it to get to that, I'd get rid of it. I mean, that's just ridiculous, dude. It's so, I mean, like, oh, cool, I get a little satchel, right? I mean, it's straight up out of the, what was the season in Path of Exile 1 where you had we'd go underground and you had all the color orbs that you'd pick up, and you could talk to the druid and get that thing. That's just, like, okay, cool, whatever. It's kind of bugged. If you talk to the hooded guy to disenchant things, nothing in here gets disenchanted. You can't quick move anything out of you can't like control click to send things. You have to drag it out. It's wasteful, dude. I just, like, what a waste of a skill point, man. That's really the only negative thing I gotta say about this build is this is bullshit. Give me something useful. I mean, come on, man. You just might as well make it just a dead slot and eat my skill point. I don't know. I've contemplated switching out of this and going, the armor and the health, but I don't want to lose this 50% increase of passive because that is really helping out my life regen. So I don't know. That's my only gripe right there. Is this is crap. Get rid of that, dude. Just get rid of it. You know, yeah, what a pain in the ass. Anyways, rant over, right? So I picked up the life regen that I could get as I was going along. I picked up these, right? At the time, these weren't boosted by the Ascendancy, right? Picked up, I picked these up pretty late in my build. I didn't pick up Resolute Technique until the end of Cruel Act 2 because I just got tired of missing everything. Like it was so many misses. It was ridiculous. Leveling this build, I was using Leap Slam quite a bit, but the process I would Leap Slam into a mob and then I would use the Bone Shatter because you get that shockwave. You get the little glowy orb on them, and then you hit them, and they kind of explode and kill everything around them. So until I got stronger, I'd Leap Slam into a group. It was great. It would kind of stun everybody, get them primed, and then I could hit them with Bone Shatter, and they'd explode. It was great. Then I could use Armor Breaker on bosses to make it easier to do more damage to them. So that was kind of how I leveled. But at a certain point, my Leap Slam started just doing so much damage that I could just Leap Slam twice and they'd be dead. Most of the time, if it were just white mobs, they'd be dead in the first shot. What did I do over? So after I picked that up, I started heading up here, which is where I'm at now, right? Trying to pick up as much physical damage as I can get. There's a ton of physical damage here, which is great. Right, we picked up more physical damage here. Went ahead and got the speed. That helps a bit. Then I think probably not long after I was able to start using Leap Slam, so probably like the end of Act 3, I think. I jumped over here and got Zealot's Oath pretty early, I think, because with all that life regen, the Zealot's Oath would make it so I'd leap into a group and I'd do so much damage that I'd have so much overhealing, right, from my life regeneration that I could get hit and almost instantly refill my energy shield during combat, right? So there's no delay on your energy shield getting filled back up, which is pretty cool. And the reason I have so much healing in addition to the life regen is my Herald of Ash. I got the Cannibalism as soon as I could get it, and then I got Vitality as soon as I could pick it up. Then as well, the Consecrated Ground for Leap Slam as soon as I could snag that sucker. And then, of course, Life Thief as well. So I get Consecrated Ground is what, 5%? Yeah, regenerate 5% of max life per second. And then, right, this is 6% of physical attack damage. If I was doing at the time, I think, 4 or 5,000 according to this tooltip, that alone was a ton. So these two combined would almost every time would fill my energy shield back up while I'm, so I'd land on it. And if they hit me when I went to jump a second time, as soon as I landed, my energy shield was full again. It's great. Or even if I stood there and swung at him with the Bone Breaker or whatever a couple times, my energy shield was full. Then I came back up here and this is just so much damage right here, right? It was 25 in each, and then these are all 15s. So I couldn't pass that up. That's a ton of freaking damage. Really fun so far, man. Really, really fun build. I'll show a little bit of it. I want to pick this up next to get that the 1% per 15 strength, because my strength is sitting at 485. So that's what's that? That works out to like 32% damage or something. I want that. That'll be great. Sadly, the tooltip doesn't show it. Oh, I guess it does. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess Initial Strike is part of the Rolling Slam. It doesn't show the Leap Slam on here, but it absolutely affects the Leap Slam. So, that's some big increases though. But again, that problem is I've got to get my mana able to sustain that. That's a 10% reduction of max mana is a ton when I've only got, barely 400 mana. That's kind of where I'm at. Then at some point, I think it was, again, the end of Act 2, I went from, actually, I think I've still got it. I was using this mace for the longest time. It's great. It was doing a ton of damage. It was really awesome. But then, I'm like, man, this is 33. I'm in my 40s. Let me pick something up that's a little upgraded. So I went onto the trade site, and this thing, man, this thing, I think it was only like two exalt or something. It was ridiculous. It was already corrupted. It had 3 sockets in it. It just, I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy amount of damage. It was already, right, quality 20. So I put that thing in, and that brought my damage for Leap Slam. It like doubled my damage, basically. It was ridiculous. And of course, it really affects Hammer of the Gods, as you can see here. It's just crazy. It really works well. Been wearing this thing since, man, I think I started wearing this right off the bat because I had looted it off of one of my other characters. I'm looking to find a rare belt to actually get away from this so I could get other stats to help things out. I mean, it's a great belt for leveling, but I feel like I could back off of strength a little bit. I think I only need 422 or something like that. I don't know. 420 something. Go figure. To use that thing, and I'm sitting on 485, so I could lose some strength, right? It'll back my health down a little bit, but, you know, if I can find a belt that has like 30 strength and other resistances on it, because as you can see, my resistances are kind of shit right now. That's kind of one of my current focuses, is get those up. I was also using this helmet, where is it? This guy here to level. So every 3 seconds, consume a nearby corpse to recover 20% of life. That allowed me to get the overhealing Zealot's Oath. That let me sustain Zealot's Oath like as soon as I could put that helmet on, because then just running around it just kept overfilling my health, which is great. It was super helpful. And then, you know, once I got enough other stuff, I was able to switch from that helmet to just a regular helmet, which I still need to upgrade, but it's got so much life regen on it. Yeah, there's my witch's helmet. That was such a great tip, by the way. I appreciate that. If there's any tips for some gear for this build, I would love to hear it. You know, I'm game, man. I want to learn more about this. I've never enjoyed Warrior as much as I'm enjoying this. I mean, as you can see, my gear's, you know, kind of basic, right? Level 42, I'm 73. So there's definitely room to make this better. But it's doing, I mean, for me, anyways, I think it's doing really well. It's pretty fun. One thing to watch out for, if you're like me and you're always or almost always in a party, apparently stuns are kind of having a problem in party. And it's not necessarily a bug, it's just because the health of the mobs is increased so much when you're in a party that you don't completely stun things as easily in a group. So, you know, some of the leveling through the Cruel act, I guess all of Cruel, I'd say half of Cruel, I was running around with my wife. So I had to be a little bit more careful about, I couldn't just like, you know, leap into a mob and then, you know, and then swing the Bone Breaker in there and kill everybody, or Bone Shatter. You know, it might take a couple to stun them, or sometimes I wasn't able to stun in 3 leaps. It was kind of weird. I think maybe it needs a little bit more tuning, because it felt nearly impossible for me to utilize the Leap Slam like I was alone in a group. So just something to be aware of. But it worked out fine, because I'd leap in and knock 80% of their health off, and then she'd come in with her arrows and just flatten the field for me. So worked out really well. And then of course the Consecrated Ground, anytime she was having a problem, I could just, you know, just leap back to her and give her a good heal. So it's pretty fun, man. Another thing, the support gem, what's it called? Momentum, where if you go at least 2 meters, you get 40% extra damage. That's crazy. And it's not like 2 meters, right? It's just, you saw that green flash? That's how you know you've gone far enough, right? You don't have to go like the entire screen. It's just far enough to see that green flash. And that's 40% extra damage. Freaking amazing. Fun stuff. So sure, we'll go hop on a map and I'll bounce around a little bit. You can see, it's pretty fun. But again, yeah, my gear's not great. It's all just random shit I've looted and crafted with. So, you know, plenty of tweaking to be done. Yeah. Plenty of tweaking to be done. So we'll go grab a map. What's this give us? Rarity, pack size that can bleed us. Ooh, 40% less recovery rate of life and energy shield. That's painful. I wonder if we can live through that. Huh, we'll do what? Rare monsters, chaos damage. What's our chaos resist? 25? I mean, I guess we could probably. God, chaos damage sucks. What's this one do? Pack size, magic, rare, damage, extra life. Man, I don't want to, because Flea and I are doing these. I don't want to do a 3 without her. I feel that 40%, man, I think that's going to be massive. So, screw it. We'll try this. We'll see how this goes. I really think it's stupid how you only get one shot. And you can't go back and do... Like, I can't go do this one again. I've done it, so I can't go back and run these maps again. It's kind of butts. Just saying. Let's go what step? Vegetation. Another thing I've noticed, sometimes, man, they rush you as soon as you load into a map, which is really annoying on the Witch. Causes you to die a lot. A lot. So, just kind of leap around. Oop. A lot of things die pretty quick. And man, that chaos damage is definitely hurting. So, that's pretty much the whole fight. A lot of times, the rares, you can just finish them off with the Hammer of the Gods. It's pretty cool. Yeah, we'll just run through here and we'll go find one of the rares just to show it. Let's go find some more. And again, yeah, I'm not using crazy gear, right? I didn't spend like divines and shit to do this. It's just random gear. Surprised at how well the... Oop, I didn't mean to loot that. I expected that chaos to hurt way more than it is. Of course, I say that, and I'm probably gonna get frickin' off-screened. Yeah, see, that guy's hurting.
No chance.
Yep, so poison is definitely a pain in the ass. But again, that life regen, man. Keeping that energy shield full. Even with my small energy shield, it makes a big difference. Just leaping and killing. It's pretty much the whole shebang right there. Screw those purple orbs, man. Oh my god. Those things can go suck a fart. God, there's so many of them. I guess that was one of them. One thing you got to watch out for is you can be frozen midair, which is kind of lame. I don't know what just happened there. It's like I got stunned or something. Right, you can leap towards, especially those ghost guys that cast the frost orbs or whatever. You could be mid-leap and be frozen straight up, just sitting in the air, getting dick punched by everything in the area. Pretty ridiculous. But if you can heal your way through the freeze while you're in midair, when you land, your skills still go off. Alright, let's get them. Get rid of these guys first. Oh, okay, we'll grab that too. Squish! Oh, jeez. Okay, that's fine. Would like to mention that I have second wind on the Hammer of the Gods. So if you miss, you can fire it off right again, which is great. That's great, and it's ancestrally boosted, which is wonderful. So that's pretty much it, man. That's what we got going on. That's my butt bouncer. I think I'm enjoying this more than I was enjoying the Witch. Really. But that's what I got, man. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me some tips, man. If you got tips for certain pieces of armor, maybe shifting a few things around to just get just a little bit more energy shield and not lose some damage, that'd be cool to hear. Let me know what you think. Appreciate watching. Be sure to like, subscribe. If you want to go watch our video on the Witch. That's a really fun build. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.